Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is OTR Beyond the Ropes. This is your guy, OTR Mic Drop. But guess what? I got no backdrop, but it's all good. We are here to present you some stuff. Like I said, my name is OTR Mic Drop, and I'm gonna go ahead and pass it down to the bottom to my number one slime.
Hey, this your number one guy, Jay, aka Rant J, aka Rant J, aka Rant J.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This your boy Trey, aka Treyway, aka OTR Trey. Tuesday night Trey today, but yeah, man, we here.
Yeah, weird ass night, but it's all good. We here. We're here to give y'all some good product like we normally do.
I got some
Go ahead and
topics today,
start.
boy.
Yeah, I could see there.
But let's go ahead and get it out the way. We could just run through it real quick. Instead of going match by match, just give me your overall opinions of Crown Jewel and what were some moments that stuck out to you.
All I know is Logan Paul got that U.S. championship. Like I predicted, I think we all predicted that was gonna happen. Even though Jay didn't get his predictions, I knew he was, he knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah, pretty much.
The Roman and LA Knight pretty much went as just like I thought it was gonna go. I think the one that caught me off guard was definitely the women's fatal 5-way. I honestly, in my opinion, I didn't think Rhea was gonna retain. I thought that was her night to lose it, but I guess they had further plans. They wanted to keep her strong, wanted to keep Judgment Day strong going into Survivor Series.
Based off of what just happened on Monday, they definitely want to keep Judgment Day strong.
Yeah,
we gonna get to that.
yeah, but overall, man, it was good. Like we said, we knew we was gonna get a lot of Judgment Day. We knew we was gonna get a lot of Jey Uso appearances, and it didn't really surprise me. I think another thing that surprised me, but I really wasn't shocked that it happened, was the fact that John Cena took a L.
You think that was surprising?
How was the way that he took
it? Yeah, like he got
not the fact that he
brutalized,
lost, but the way that he took it.
Yeah, he got massive. So I guess I honestly thought that to put over. I knew he was in the process of putting over Solo Sikoa, as though he wasn't already over. But I didn't think it was gonna be a one and done. But was it last week or earlier this week? Of course, they stated that the movie strike is over. So that was like, once I heard after Crown Jewel, I heard that happen. I was like, makes sense. They kind of already knew that it was about to end.
You think he got that phone call like, hey, man, we need you back on set now.
Right.
In this.
Hey, you know this shit about to end, right? So go ahead and take that L.
Honestly, for me, nothing surprised me about Crown Jewel. It went exactly the way that I expected it to go. No surprises, no cash-ins. I was really hoping that this was going to be the night that Damian Priest cashed in. But
I thought Drew was going to win and then get cashed in on.
Now I will say, that's the one thing I think I was a little bit surprised about. I really thought that Seth was going to lose.
Yeah.
Man, we talk about this all the time, and I think that this belt has been on Seth a little bit too long.
For it to be the fighting championship, a fighting championship doesn't deserve a long title reign.
Yeah, and I feel like if they let him hold on to the belt to WrestleMania, it's gonna be it's such a disservice to like the belt. You know what I mean? And to like what's going on, because we have Roman here who, we finally saw him for the first time in 4 months.
He's wrestled 5 times this whole year.
Yeah, and now we won't see him again until probably Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So just to deal with that, and then we see Seth every day, on the show and live TV, pay-per-view, and stuff like that. But we don't need another lengthy title reign on
Right.
top of what we already have with Roman.
Yep.
So I think they missed the ball on that one. I think that was the perfect time to do it.
Seth won it at WrestleMania, right?
After WrestleMania. It was after WrestleMania.
It was after
WrestleMania?
Yeah. It was the pay-per-view after WrestleMania.
That's when they actually presented it.
Yeah, because they presented the belt the Monday after WrestleMania. They started talking about the new titles.
I thought he fought AJ Styles for that championship at WrestleMania.
Hold on, I'm about to fact check all of this.
No, it was after. It was. I remember it was after WrestleMania because we were talking about it. We was talking about the belt, and we was talking about why wouldn't they bring it out and debut at WrestleMania? Because after Roman had beat Cody, and Triple H came on Monday Night Raw talking about how Roman Reigns got the deal of the century when he can come and go as he pleases.
I knew they presented it.
Yeah,
they closed it, but I knew it was a pay-per-view that he won it on against AJ Styles.
He won it.
Hey, JD.
He won it May 2023.
Yeah, okay.
He's had it since May. Yeah,
it was the whatever pay-per-view it was after
Backlash. That's
Backlash. Back. WrestleMania Backlash.
Yeah, there we go. So
they stopped calling it that.
So May, June, July, August, September, October. Months, right? Doesn't seem long. 6 months.
It's not a long time.
When you say it doesn't seem long. But
when you think about the fact that he's been defending it every single pay-per-view since then, it's a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then when they say Seth Rollins almost got more title defenses in the 6 months that he's had the title, the Roman Reigns has had it for the 1,000 whatever days. That's bad.
Yeah. All right. So the Damage Ctrl. What about Kyrie coming back?
I mean, that was a surprise of the night.
Okay. Oh, my bad. Not to cut you off. Triple H crowned Seth Rollins as heavyweight champion at Night of Champions. That's when he got it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think you're right. I think he did beat AJ for it. Yeah, he did because I was mad that SmackDown superstars were even competing for it because it was going to be a Raw title. So that was definitely AJ that he beat. But yeah, go ahead. Kyrie Sane coming back.
I mean, I guess you could say that was one of the biggest surprises of the night. As of not being predictable. But then when she comes back, and to help her out, to help Io, I was like, God, this is so predictable. If you really thought about it. So
they was beefing when she left.
Yeah, but still, it don't matter. Even though they're beefing whenever she left, the fact of the matter is that I think this puts a big hole in Damage Ctrl, and I think we're gonna see that coming up in a little bit, especially now that they got Asuka with them too. So.
Yeah, that's the whole point. It's supposed to it's not going to be Damage Ctrl no more.
The triple jabs.
Okay. I didn't realize that when Asuka was Kana, she was in a faction with Io and Io's sister in Japan.
Yeah.
So that's their connection. And then we all know that Asuka and Kairi was the Kabuki Warriors before Kairi left.
Yep.
And rumors are saying that there's a chance that Mercedes might become Sasha again and go back to WWE. Now that Kairi's back, because she said one of the reasons why she left is she wanted to feud with Kairi in Japan.
Yeah, I heard they said that they have no future. They don't know what the hell is going on with her in New Japan.
Yeah, and AEW might have dropped the ball on that.
Yeah.
I saw that, but in order for her to come back to WWE, you already know they're going to have to pay her. And WWE
they under new management now. They'll pay her.
Well, I was about to say, now that they're under new management, we'll see how that goes. Not to say it can't happen. Anything is possible.
All right, but let's go ahead and because I pretty much got the same thoughts about Crown Jewel as y'all, honestly. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the new Damage Ctrl since we already here. How'd y'all feel when Asuka turned on Bianca? Did you see it coming or?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew she wasn't. Yes. I knew she wasn't going to team up with Bianca and Charlotte.
Wow. It was so obvious and it was so predictable.
Trey, I did it last week. Like, it was going to be Shotzi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was telling Jay that Becky probably going to be the fourth person.
Who?
I mean, it has to be Becky because at the end of the day,
I don't think Jay's debuting to the Rumble.
Well, they need the 4 horse. Well, they won't have the 4 of them
because
sure? Sasha's not there.
I'm sure. Well, I'm not sure, but that's what I think.
That happening. I don't see that happening. It would be great if it did, but I'm just saying, like,
it'd be random as hell.
They need another.
See, he's disappearing. But yeah, anyway, I think it would be random as hell if what's her name? If she just showed up at
I think it would be too.
I think it'd be a little too random for even for WWE.
But they need Becky there because if you look at the card is stacked, right? They pretty much have all their top females that have been like that has put the women's division on their backs and pretty much have been running with it outside of, you know, Liv Morgan and a couple other people that are out. You know, Carmella had her nice little run, but you know, she just had the baby, so she ain't wrestling anytime soon.
Alexa Bliss is pregnant.
Yeah, she's pregnant too. So there's no choice. Like, it has to be Becky.
And if you think about it, she's been beefing with Xia Li for the last 2 weeks. They about to blow that match off next week on Raw, so she'll be free for Survivor Series. But yeah, I as far as being surprised, I wasn't like shocked. I wasn't shocked, but it did like make me go, oh shit, like for a second. Because, you know, even when you predict stuff, when they actually go through with it, that's the actual shock part.
Right.
That's true.
So the fact that they are actually going to put Asuka, Kyrie, and Io in the same faction, that's legendary.
Or at least for Survivor Series.
Yeah, but I think as we were talking, he said it's going to put a fracture in Damage Ctrl. Now, they said Dakota, when she was talking, because, you know, she's like the mouthpiece because she speak the best English. Dakota was saying we decided that we wanted her to come and we did it for you. So Dakota is putting herself with them.
Yeah.
Saying that we made this decision, and Bayley is understandably, you know what I'm saying, got one eye open because they showed it. Bayley even showed it. Yeah, I beat the hell out of Kyrie before she left.
I think
why would she trust
ultimately
me?
Where Bayley is going to be gone from Damage Ctrl.
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point right now Bayley serves a better purpose face than heel.
Yeah, because remember she said when they asked her for a hug and she was like, I don't do that anymore.
I don't do that no more.
Yeah.
So her character definitely serves a better purpose as a face.
Yeah, her heel run I'm done with her heel run. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was good. I was glad when she first did it. But yeah,
I don't think her heel run has no like fire without Sasha being there.
And because
I feel
it. Well, her first feud with Bianca was really good.
It was, but look at where she really rose to the top in her heel turn.
Either way, heel run's been mediocre. Let's just be honest. It hasn't been that much. You know what I mean? Like she failed several times to get the women's championship, even with Damage Ctrl there. And then when she did get it, right, she got it for a little bit and then lost it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it did. Immediately like turned around and lost it. She only held on to the title for what, a month or so, maybe 2 months.
True.
And then turned around and lost the title, and then tried everything she could to get back into the title picture and kept losing. And then it got to the point where they had to push Io because I just think that like it wasn't working with Bayley. So her heel run has definitely been, since she's been back, been kind of mediocre since she's been Damage Control. My opinion.
All right. So from one faction to another, did we just see the end of the LWO when Santos finally attacked Ray?
I don't think we saw the end of LWO. I think that he attacked him, but at the same time, like it was
he was on some Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, like I don't want to do this, but you making me type stuff.
Exactly. That's what it was so weird about it, because him and Ray both were on the same thing. Like, you know, when Ray shoved him, and then you can see like
Ray slapped his ass.
Yeah. So I mean, it started with Carlito coming out and calling him out on leaving the brass knuckles on the ring. So was that a smart move by Carlito, or was Carlito genuinely like, "Hey, you're the reason why Ray lost"? You know what I mean? Like,
it was a smart move. Real factions call each other out.
I guess we'll see and we'll find out. But
Santos Escobar's whole thing is like, you didn't, everything that Ray's been doing, he doesn't run it by them as a group. Ray just takes action, like, because he's the leader, right? But Santos is like, well, before you, I was the leader of this whole little crew right here. So at least put me in the mix anytime that you about to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you about to do something. So Ray called Carlito. They didn't know about it, but they was happy. Same thing, you know, keeps generating. It's like, you picking him over me. That's Santos' whole thing. And so everybody's on Ray's side. But I feel like he's gonna start trying to manipulate his boys to come back with him and everything like that.
Zelina wasn't originally with him, so she might stay with Ray.
Oh, she definitely gonna stay with Ray. She always been saying like Ray's her idol. So
either way, I don't think LWO is done.
No.
I just think that they need a better push. I kind of like the storyline a little bit because it does give them a little bit more of a push. But I mean, honestly, Ray was carrying the LWO, so I guess we'll see how this one plays out.
Nah, I agree. Let me see here. So let's talk about Monday Night Raw. We can go wherever y'all want to go.
What you talking about?
I will. I actually want to start at the beginning of the show when Judgment Day was out there with the other War Games competitors, and pretty much Damian Priest jumps out the window and calls himself the leader of Judgment Day, and then makes the match of JD and Dom versus Seth and what's his name, Sammy.
Yeah.
So how'd y'all feel about Priest just anointing himself leader of Judgment Day? Mind you, Rhea was not out there.
Well, we knew it was coming, but they've always had that, like, you know what I'm saying, that back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, at one point you could have said the leader was Finn.
Exactly.
Well, it was Finn.
Right? Yeah, that's what I said. Right around the time, right after they kicked out Edge, and Finn was brought in, you could really say that Finn was the leader up until Rhea winning the women's championship. And then you kind of got that slow but subtle power shift over to Rhea. And I think what happened was Damian Priest winning the Money in the Bank and then also winning the tag team championships. With that Money in the Bank, he's kind of like, hey, listen, I'm gonna be WWE champion, you know what I mean, or World Heavyweight champion or whatever it is. So at this point, I might as well just be the leader anyway, because once I win the belt, I'll be the leader. It's kind of the same thing with Finn. If Finn would have beat Seth, then I think Finn would have been the clear leader of the group.
True.
So I think I like it. I like to see that like internal power struggle kind of like play itself out. I kind of want to see where it goes from here because, him and Rhea are gonna have to go back and forth for who's in control.
Well, shit, she looked like she just pulled a big card.
I guess my question is, because if you're Damian Priest, you got to think about it. Damian Priest was the inaugural member of Judgment Day.
Yeah.
He was the first person that Edge picked.
That's true.
See, I turned it purple.
But he doesn't use that argument.
He should. He should.
So that's one of the things I said, like when I say they dropped the ball. Because he has never to this day one time used that argument. I'm just tripping off because Dominic just sits back and just like, hey, whatever, I got North American Championship.
And I got mommy.
I'm just gonna sit back and just chill and just watch what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But it's either one or two things. One, Damian Priest is on his way out of Judgment Day. I just don't see that happening right now with them being tag team champions. If he leaves, then it has to be right after they drop the belts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't see that aspect happening. And then the only other thing I could see would be basically him taking the power from Rhea not liking it, and then she does certain things to try to sabotage him. Especially when it comes down to him cashing in the Money in the Bank.
And honestly, really all it takes is for him to win the championship.
Yeah.
Well,
I still think somebody's gonna take his Money in the Bank.
How'd you feel? Well, we're gonna get to that too. How'd you feel about him finally being the one to acknowledge JD McDonough as part of Judgment Day? He finally gave him his blessing.
I feel like he had to be the one to do it because he's been the one that's pretty much been against it the entire time. So he had. I feel like he had to be the one to give him that nod, like, "Hey, welcome to Judgment Day." It wouldn't have been official unless Damian Priest was the one to to tell him that. Mm-hmm. So I think they could have did it in a better way than just backstage with the camera on it and then he hands him the vest. But it is what it is.
JD? Okay. So for y'all listening, okay. Whenever we say JD, he keeps popping in and out, but he's back.
I'm here. The official.
And he's the Oracle again.
Yes, sir. I'm the Oracle today.
And he's in an alleyway.
Y'all just got mic drop. Y'all just got mic drop earlier. This Oracle.
All right. So your thoughts on Priest making JD McDonough officially Judgment Day?
Yeah, it had to go that way. Man, how do I say it's the way it was done is kind of like elementary-ish. You know what I'm saying? Like you gave him a jacket, but I mean, it's cool. He had to do colors. Yeah, he had to do it because he was the man that was like against him the whole time, right?
Yeah.
So we knew it was gonna take every time that Damian Priest won, it was because of JD McDonough taking the L for him, right?
Think about earlier in the night. He took the spear for Priest.
Yeah, so I knew it was coming.
He's taking a couple of shots from members.
So they definitely had to make him official. I feel like that it was either going to be that night before Survivor Series or it was going to be at Survivor Series.
I thought more it was going to be at Survivor Series.
Yeah, like that's my original thought was. It's like, all right, he going to earn his stripes the same way Sammy did at Survivor Series last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's when he got Jay's respect.
Yeah. So, I thought it was like that. I thought it was gonna happen like that, but I mean, to each his own. We'll see. We'll see how this goes because now that JD is officially in it, I think he's gonna start barking in Finn's ear, like you the real leader. You the real leader. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, speaking of Jey Uso, during the tag match at the end of the night, he had just done a flip over the top rope and landed on Priest and Finn. And then he throws Finn into the ring. And then you look up, and what's he see? See Drew McIntyre standing there in the street clothes, and then Claymore's the shit out of him on the ringside, and it throws him in to the ring. Finn gets the 1, 2, 3. He walks up to the top of the ramp, and then Mommy comes out, smirking, extends her hand, and Drew McIntyre shakes it with a little smirk on his face. So I think the question is obvious, but what do we make of that?
It's just business.
I don't think Drew's joining Judgment Day.
It's just business.
I think it is. I think it's just a business move.
Yeah, Drew still has bitter feelings against Jay because Jay was the reason that he lost to Roman.
Okay.
And then he lost to Seth. So now he's kind of like back at the bottom of the list when it comes down to the championship.
Yeah. So when you say it's a business transaction, do you think it's like a Miz MVP business transaction?
See, that's what I'm trying to figure out, right? Because I feel like, all right, this is Drew McIntyre on his road back to being heel, which I'm all for because I kind of want to see the Scottish psychopath come back. You know what I mean? Like I liked I call it the COVID version, right? Because that's what he was when he changed everything. Was when they were in the bubble. I like the COVID version of Drew McIntyre, right? But it's time for the. It's time for the.
I'm just mad that you said he was in the bubble. Drew McIntyre is the COVID Lakers of WWE.
He said he in the bubble. He was in the Thunderdome, damn it.
Whatever. The Thunderdome.
He just called Drew McIntyre the bubble Lakers.
Oh, do y'all want to be in the Thunderdome? I could put us in the Thunderdome.
No, we're not going to be in the damn Thunderdome.
There you go.
You
all
sure?
I'm saying is that I'm ready to see Drew McIntyre go back to his heel persona. I think that he's always been a better character heel than face, right? So I think that's going to do a lot more for him. Now, here's the thing. Here's what I feel like. Okay, I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. Deep down the side, like way down the side, all right? Could you see Damian Priest losing his Money in the Bank to either Drew McIntyre or Jey Uso?
Like losing the briefcase.
Like losing the briefcase.
I can see either Drew or Cody.
It's not gonna be Cody because we all know Cody's not gonna like. He's not an opportunist like that. He's not gonna take that Money in the Bank. He's not gonna.
Yeah, he would already have his time at Crown Jewel.
Yeah, exactly. Cody's gonna do what John Cena did, and he's gonna. I'm gonna catch it in on the right time, and then
like Big E did the same thing.
I don't know about Jay. The only reason why is because it's not finished with him and his brother.
It's not. You're right. If
Jay were to do it, his brother would just cost him.
But I'm just saying.
Definitely, when you throw Drew in there, absolutely.
Or it could be another situation where, kind of like you said, with Bobby Lashley and The Miz, hey, I hope Damian Priest, I hope you cash this in. And once you become champion, I get the first title match.
Yep.
So I could see them playing something like that, like a scenario like that again.
Yeah, I could see that.
But I just think that, like, okay, I will come on 1 second, but I just feel like Damian Priest has not been anywhere near close to cashing in the Money in the Bank, except for one time, in my opinion.
The most recent time when Sammy
the most
stole
recent
it.
time, right? Other than that, it was Rhea in the back telling him it's not time to cash in, or we haven't had any type of movement whatsoever with him in the Money in the Bank,
Or him
right?
and Finn messing it up.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't think Damian Priest is holding on to the briefcase.
Do you think they feel like he's not main event material?
I feel like probably. I feel like they think like that about a lot of people.
I think they think that about a lot of people. But do you see Damian Priest as the World Heavyweight Champion or the Undisputed Champion?
No, not undisputed. I could see him as
Undisputed.
world heavyweight champion.
The whole point of them making that other title was to give people opportunities to win it. So why not give him a chance? We've had worse champions than Damian Priest.
For God's sake, we had Sid Vicious as a world champion.
Oh, be outside of that. Name one. Who would you say that's current?
Jinder Mahal. He was just on Raw.
I knew you was gonna say Jinder Mahal.
He was just on Raw.
Jinder Mahal was a strategical move. And let's be honest, okay? When Jinder Mahal had the WWE Championship, he was on point with it. Especially when it came down to what I think he had 3 title defenses before he finally lost it.
Yeah.
But Jinder Mahal was putting in some work.
But if you look at it, they've been positioning Priest to they've been giving him more solo matches. He's extended his moveset a little bit. They're positioning him to be a solo competitor again.
Yeah.
So honestly, and definitely is going to be as a face, because when he leaves Judgment Day, he's going to be a face. So I think that they may not. I think they do see him as a future world champion, just because I think they're testing the waters. I think they're trying to see what kind of reaction he gets.
I know you keep saying future, but what I'm saying is that I can see him as a future world champion. What I'm saying is right now with the Money in the Bank, do you see Damian Priest as the world heavyweight champion?
I do. I don't.
I don't see it. Now, currently.
What do you call it? The Southside Killer? Was it the choke slam he does? What's that called?
The South of Heaven.
Yeah. Where he does the choke slam, but he sits down with you.
Yeah.
Now I will say,
he does the razor's edge.
I will say it's all about strategy, right?
Yeah.
And let's be honest, okay? The pay-per-view in Puerto Rico was a freaking success.
It was.
Okay? And he headlined.
And he did headline with Bad Bunny. So with that aspect, if they do have something planned on in the future again with that, I can see that, yes. I mean, Jinder Mahal won because they were doing that big deal with India, so that was a way for them to push.
And the thing about this with Damian Priest is he's only held it for half the time already, right? So technically he has a whole year, so he has a whole another 6 months that he could hold this on. Now I ain't gonna lie,
what? The Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
he has until next Money in the Bank.
Yeah, he has until next
6 months.
May.
He got 6 more months.
Yeah.
Now I will say, like, he's given the Money in the Bank a whole new like aura. So now I feel like that people are gonna start getting customized Money in the Bank.
I was say, is he the first one with a custom Money in the Bank?
Nah, Brock Lesnar was.
Oh yeah, because Edge had it too. I'm tripping.
Yeah, Edge did. He had
one.
Yeah, he's the most recent person to have a custom one.
I'm not gonna lie. I was digging the purple Senior Money in the Bank.
Brock Lesnar had the beatbox one. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jay hates that.
He hates everything, Brock.
Everything.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I want them to pull the trigger just because I know Seth is like on his way of taking a lengthy break. And I think is this going to be our next topic? No, it's not on here. I'm going to throw this in there though. with the Survivor Series, right? You know, I think they're waiting on one specific person to come in and not necessarily be the face of Raw, but
I'll say that's Cody.
yeah, but they still need another person.
That's Cody.
They still need another person. No,
there's not gonna be anybody
the
hotter than
face
Cody
of Raw
Rhodes.
is Seth.
No, it's not.
No,
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No.
It is.
It's not.
I disagree with you on that, brother.
It's Cody.
I'm
It's
100% yes.
Yeah.
No, Cody's number 2.
No. No, Cody Rhodes is number 1.
But he's number 1 in our hearts.
He might be number 1 in your hearts, but Seth Rollins is definitely number 1 as the headliner and the face.
Are you going by merch? Are you going by merch sales?
Hell no. If I was going by merch sale, it would definitely be Cody because merch-wise, Seth doesn't have any merch. What? He gonna have everybody coming in with chinchilla coats and sunglasses?
He got shirts.
The old Seth freaking Rollins shirts.
I have one of those.
If we're talking about popularity, just fan popularity, Cody Rhodes is number 1.
When he hits that, when they hit that "whoa" on his song, that gets bigger. That gives more of a pop than them just harmonizing that song.
No, it does not.
Yes, it does.
It does.
I was there at that Raw when they came, and both of them was on the show. Well, Cody came; he did a dark match after. But I ain't gonna flex. And Charlotte, when they came, we did sing that song for an absurdly long time. But that's because it's easy to sing.
Right. It's
when Cody comes out and he hits that, and he hits where the roof about to come off the building.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Hold on. Where is that? American Nightmare, man. Red, white, and blue. American Nightmare.
Man. We agree to disagree.
I think you're outnumbered on this one.
I could be outnumbered. I stand my stance.
No, I'm not saying that it's a big
Seth
gap.
Freaking broke back Rollins.
Oh my God. It's not a huge gap, but what I'm saying is that Cody Rhodes
he's the guy.
It's like this.
Okay, so I'm not ruling Cody out, right? I'll say that if you got Cody starting the show, you got Seth ending the show, you got Seth starting the show, you got Cody ending the show, right? So I give him a good 50-50, right? Seth leaves. You think Cody gonna handle the whole thing by himself?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
Well, he won't have to be by himself because they still got Sammy. They still got Jay.
If Cody leaves, I don't think that Seth.
Oh no. He wouldn't be able to manage.
Okay, so then Cody Rhodes.
They both would need this one specific person that I'm saying.
They literally make Cody like an ambassador. Like, why him of all people brokered the deal to get Jay Uso over there? They ain't get Seth to do it. They got Cody to do it.
Of course.
Like,
why would
Cody
they?
Cody is a spokesman for WWE when he's out
there. Trey, I need you to use your wrestling smarts on this. Why else would they have Cody doing it? Cody is the biggest face of all time. We knew Jay Uso was turning face. It only makes sense. Seth Rollins.
You just said it when you just said biggest face of all time. You just proved our point.
I'm gonna give you a very good stat, okay? And this is Cody Rhodes right now is, and I'm not saying like wrestling wise or anything like that. I'm talking about when you talk about the overall and you think about wrestling as a picture, Cody Rhodes is the new and current John Cena when it comes to being the face of the company. Yeah, that is Cody Rhodes. There's nobody bigger than Cody Rhodes right now. When you thought of wrestling, you thought of John Cena, right? Off gate when John Cena was on his rise and he was he was main event in WrestleMania after WrestleMania after WrestleMania after WrestleMania. You thought about WWE in that time frame, 2000 and let's say 8 to 2015, 16, whatever, 14, 15. John Cena, right? Even though you had Randy Orton, even though you had Triple H,
right now,
even though you had all those other people,
mind is Roman Reigns. I'm just fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
Think about it.
I'm fucking with you.
Hey, Jenny, think about it. Think about it like this. When Cody finally gets that championship,
yeah, I know that. I know that.
So that goes to prove that he is the guy.
And have y'all noticed that? I want y'all to understand. Like, I want y'all to really think about this, right? Have y'all noticed that how they're not really entertaining the thought of Cody Rhodes in the working championship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're not even really entertaining that thought. Cody Rhodes,
of course,
going after the WWE World Heavyweight Championship is not really a thought. It's Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns for the Undisputed Championship. Why? Because once they put that title on Cody Rhodes, now he ain't going to have a 1,000-day title reign like Roman did. But once that title gets on him, it's going to be on him for a minute. For a minute. Not as long as Roman, but it's going to be on there for a minute.
He's going to have a length like Seth.
Seth's currently on about 6 months or so, but I still say he's going to have a longer reign than Seth Rollins.
Yeah, possibly.
Well, it depends on when Seth's reign ends.
True.
Do you think that Seth is going to carry that title all the way to WrestleMania?
I hope not, but I think so.
Yeah.
Because do you think that the only way that Seth loses it is from a cash in, or he's going to lose it straight up in a match first?
Nah, I think he's going to lose it straight up.
I think he's going to lose it straight up, and whoever beats
now
him
it would be very ironic, and it will be like karma that the way you won a championship, your first championship, is the way that you lose it.
And that's why I think it's going to be WrestleMania. And that's why I hate, because I thought about this, and I thought about how Seth Rollins cashed his in the Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns match, right? He didn't wait for one of them to get beat down, but he picked his perfect time in the middle of the match to where they both worn down, where he'll have a clear advantage.
So who you see like Seth fighting
at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be, honestly, the only person I can really see right now is Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre.
Ah, shit, Jay. No, you wasn't supposed to say that.
Why? That's a WrestleMania match.
It's going to be LA Knight.
LA Knight's not a Raw Super.
All he got to do is win the Royal Rumble.
Okay, here's the problem with that. All right, how is Cody going to fight Roman then? Unless they're just going to let Cody jump and do whatever he wants.
We said this in the past that we feel like that it's not even going to be Cody has to win a Royal Rumble because he did that already, right? We not even going to get to that point. I think we're going to skip trace that instead of him doing that. Roman is going to. I got an idea. Just select him. Roman already feels like he has that power to do so.
I think it might be something involving Jay.
Could be.
I think it might be
Jay wins the Royal Rumble and
I think it's like a Jay has to fight something like Jay got to fight Solo, and if he beats Solo, he gets Jimmy at WrestleMania, and Cody gets Roman. Like something like that, because we got mad time to build to it, but something that could lead to like
kind of like what the New Day went through for Kofi.
Yeah, kind of, but it's just like because with Solo beating Cena, that should elevate him to a point where he should be getting main event matches now, and I could see it being a thing like, all right, Jay, Jimmy's like, you want me, and because Cody and Jay will still be tight, so and then. Cody, you want Roman? All right. Y'all got to do this, this, and this. If y'all could do that, then Jay, you get me. And then Cody, you get Roman. Like something like that. Or Paul Heyman will say that.
I kind of see where you're going, but I think that it's going to be, if it goes that route, right now, Jimmy is on some other stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Jimmy's just acting like he's the tribal chief.
So you think Jimmy going to call the shot?
I think Jimmy is going to tell.
Makes the stipulation.
I think Jimmy's going to tell Cody that he has like, oh, if you want Roman, then you got to
me.
beat Solo,
And
then
after
that's when
Solo, you
Roman
got beat
and
me or some shit. Yeah.
I think it's just gonna be one of those like all like
because remember Cody and Solo have already had a match and Cody won.
Yeah, because then you go have Roman kind of do like the side eye, like who are you to make this match? Like who are you to make matches and stuff like that? And he gonna be you the tribal chief. Why are you worried about this? You good, Oos, something like that. I can see.
In order for that to happen, Jimmy has to fight Cody.
We'll see. All I know is that Jay's not winning anything else while he's still in this beef with Jimmy, right? Jimmy's coming in and ruining everything. Mm-hmm. So, therefore, when it comes down to WrestleMania, Jay's not winning WrestleMania because even if Jay eliminated Jimmy, I can see the scenario where Jimmy comes back. Yeah. Royal Rumble, yeah. I can see where Jimmy will come back down to the ring and purposely eliminate his brother just so that's actually probably how they're going to start their WrestleMania feud. I watch and see. I guarantee it. Yeah. But I mean, I kind of agree with JD in the sense that I feel like Cody can just show up on SmackDown and just declare like, I want Roman at WrestleMania.
Yeah, like this shit isn't over. The story isn't over. They already had their little face-to-face that one time when he was on SmackDown. Like you could tell that it's still there,
Or now that we have general managers, what if Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce strike a deal? I'll let my top superstar go against your top superstar, but it's some kind of something's exchanged for that. Like I'll allow Nick Aldis tells Adam Pearce, I'll allow Cody to come here and challenge Roman, but you gotta let such and such go challenge your world champion or something like that.
But I got one for you.
Like Kevin Owens or somebody.
We still never knew what the full deal was that Cody made in order to get Jay on Raw.
Well, we did.
It was just a trade.
It wasn't just a trade.
They haven't mentioned anything else other than the trade.
I'm telling you, it's not just a trade. He said when he put all of it in, it's for a rematch against Roman at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, he did say that he used all of his political power in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So that could mean a lot of things.
Yeah, but that was to get Jay rehired,
right? So
and get him.
Yeah, but I don't think it was just he just did it out the goodness of his heart for Jay. Mm-mm. I might be with JD on that. I think it was something else that was added in that we just don't know about yet, which is why I brought the two general managers making a deal.
I mean, I think there's so many different scenarios that we can go with here, right?
Yeah.
Even now that we got the general managers, you also have that aspect too. So it makes it for a more exciting and unpredictable until they start doing the predictable shit. And then
speaking of general managers, y'all notice ever since Adam Pearce got officially became the Raw GM, he been dropping his nuts a lot lately, going out screaming at everybody, kicking people out the arena
because he got promoted, man. He got
that security.
Yep.
Before he wasn't the boss; he was just acting.
But he would always say that I'll make that's official. Now he out here, he damn near slapping people.
Now he got the official title.
All right. So Trey, what you mean by what should or shouldn't be off limits in professional wrestling storylining?
Okay, so while we were at
or storytelling,
I brought this up to Jay. My question is, when it comes to professional wrestling, which everyone and their mother, especially the people that don't like wrestling, will tell you that it's fake and scripted. Mm-hmm. So what should or shouldn't be off limits? Because when you look at regular TV scripted programming, they have everything up there under the sun. But the reason I brought this up was because those that are familiar with James Mitchell from his TNA Impact days when he used to manage Abyss, he's moved on to NWA now. Mm-hmm. And everybody knows Billy Corgan, the guy from Smashing Pumpkins. So they had struck a deal with the CW streaming service. And that deal is either canceled or in jeopardy now because they had James Mitchell on their pay-per-view coming down the stairs and did a line of coke. He did a line of coke. Now, mind you, it was a pay-per-view. It wasn't on YouTube where they do their show, and it wasn't on the streaming service because it ain't there yet. It was on pay-per-view, so you had to buy this so everybody didn't have access to it, but it's been making the rounds. But yeah, he did a line of, you can look it up on YouTube. He did a line of coke.
So I'll start this one off. In my opinion, their TV deal shouldn't be in jeopardy. Now, you got to be careful because the 2023, damn near 2024, people are very sensitive nowadays. Okay,
especially
that's why that whole attitude era bullcrap would never fly. I mean, think about it this way. I always said if Dave Chappelle decided to do the Chappelle Show today, it would be canceled after episode probably 1 or 2, right? So wrestling is, I call it the male soap opera.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? At the end of the day, it's scripted, right? It's scripted. I'm not going to say that the actual moves and all that stuff is fake, because that taking a bump in the ring, it don't matter how scripted and how choreographed it is. You have a 240-pound man jumping as high as he can up in the air and coming down and crashing on you. You gonna feel that in some type of way,
Right?
You know what I mean? We see that several times where people try to do the haymaker punch and they accidentally connect instead of pulling back. And we've seen shiners and black eyes. And, I watch Shawn Michaels sweet chin music somebody, and then next thing you know, they show up with half a face that's black and blue and stuff like that. The torn muscles and the broken bones and stuff like that. So, yes, it's scripted. The moves and stuff, it's choreographed and all that. There is a real aspect to it. With the line of coke aspect, come on, they shouldn't have done it. And although I understand, like, it's scripted, it shouldn't have been done. They should have just left that one out. But I don't think that it warrants them losing their TV deal off of it, because
I feel like what warrants them losing their TV deal is the fact that NXT is moving to CW.
And it could be because it could be because of that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, dude, is there really a conflict? There's no conflict there. It's 2 different wrestling programs that even as long as you got them on 2 different nights, who really cares? So I mean, I don't really think that there's a conflict in that.
I don't think it's a conflict. I think it just goes to the competitive aspect. But
I think that just goes to the aspect of that people are really sensitive nowadays.
Yeah,
and you just got to be careful what you do on TV.
So to answer the question about what should or shouldn't be off limits in professional wrestling storytelling, we noticed that personal life situations does make for good content, but also it gets tricky, right? Because you don't know what kind of effect it's really gonna have on the person that's within that storyline, right? If his real shit is sniffing coke and he wants to do that, what happens if he snorts a line of coke and he freaking overdoses while you're actually taping that, right? Now that you just escalated to a whole nother level. And it goes all the way.
I don't think it was a real.
No. I'm just saying, like, who knows? He could have had his buddy be like, nah, put me a real line out there. Like, I'm about to go out there like freaking Jeff Hardy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, no.
Jay brought up a good point to me when I initially brought this up.
Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. He said he thinks it's because pro wrestling is live. Yeah. And seeing some of the graphic stuff they could potentially do live hits different than your regularly Netflix show or whatever.
It does.
I mean, think about how quick, like, when it's live, and to think about whenever you go back and you rewatch it, how fast they edit stuff out.
Yeah.
Especially WWE, right? As soon as you watch the replay of whatever pay-per-view that premium live event that they just had, right?
It's grayed out.
It's automatically filtered out. Before the replay is even.
It's grayed out.
I just think about it that aspect. You know what I'm saying? And we all know that. And the average is okay. You also have to look at this from the average fan, right? you can't really look at it from our aspect because we know more about wrestling than what the average person that's just bringing their kid because their kid want to see their favorite wrestler, or a kid that's in the stands and they just want to watch wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it from an average wrestling fan perspective, it shouldn't have been done. They're not going to understand that. Wait, is this scripted or?
You can even say that about Lita and Edge, right?
Listen, the whole bed. I thought it was legit to find out that it was legit. Like
it was the whole bed
beef.
shenanigans, right? So you took a personal conflict, tied it into a storytelling, portrayed the personal life sequence on live TV in an arena, and come to find out, oh yeah, all of that was real. Like
all of that was real.
Oh shit, they was really fucking in the wrestling ring. Like what?
I guess because when you think about it, go back to Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels. Like when real life bleeds into the storytelling. So from that aspect, I can understand what you're saying, Jay. Like when they would use like when they kept started doing the angles with RP Eddie Guerrero, when they were using his drinking habit against him. Same thing with when CM Punk and Jeff Hardy was going at it, and CM Punk was talking about Jeff Hardy's drug use and things like that. So,
I mean, if you look at wrestling in general, from the promos, from everything, they use their real life situations all the time, right?
Okay.
So, but at the same time, you have to say in the back of your mind that this is scripted and this is technically considered them acting. So with him doing a line of coke, you have to say in the back of your mind, like, okay, this is scripted. He's acting because we watch people do lines of coke in movies all the time.
I feel like ECW was doing stuff like this back in the day.
I never once saw anybody from ECW. They did all their lines in the back with the curtains before they came out.
Especially Sandman. All right, I will go ahead and blow this, and then I will go ahead and drink some beer, bust my head open.
Cool. I think it was more like painkillers that they chopped up, and then they just snort them real quick and then go wrestle.
Yeah,
but I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't think that it warrants them losing their TV deal. I kind of feel like the network should have been like, listen, that can't happen again.
Right.
Like that, you can't. But you know how these, like I said.
All right. Well, let's really quickly. Let's say their TV deal doesn't end. How do you think NWA will fare on the CW?
On the CW, the same way they fare now.
Even if it's not on a CW programming, let's say it's just on this exclusive to their streaming service or something.
It's gonna be worse. When's the last time you watched anything on CW streaming? Don't worry, I'll
All American.
All American, Riverdale.
Gotham. Yep.
Those are CW shows though.
Netflix is on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Not Netflix. I'm sorry. Gotham. All those DC shows and stuff like that are on HBO Max.
Well, you got to think CW's been trying to get into the sports field because they got the college football on Saturday now. Now they got the Inside the NFL show. Now we talked about NXT.
I understand what you're saying. Like, don't get me wrong. If NWA gets a contract and they get an actual show on live TV, I think it would be a lot better for them versus a streaming platform. Yeah. Because streaming is not going to be live. It's all still going to be taped, and then it's going to be posted up on the stream.
It can be live. Just like NXT used to be live on the WWE network.
I feel like
I don't think it's going to be live. I'm just saying, that's me personally. I don't think it's going to be live.
It's taped now when it's on YouTube.
If they get a TV deal, I think they'll do just as good as Impact that's switching over to TNA.
They're going to do as good as Impact right now on Access.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But
more people have access to CW.
That is true. But here's when we think about I don't want to say we think about wrestling, but we think about watching wrestling on TV, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have all of these companies now trying to get TV deals, right? And now you're going to have AEW, WWE. You're going to have Impact, and now you're going to have TNA, and then you're going to have NWA, right?
I'm sorry. I just think of ninjas with attitude.
That is a storied wrestling promotion. You show some respect.
All I'm saying is that
them ninjas got attitude.
all I'm saying is that with Impact, with NWA, I think that they have a select niche box of fans, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like all that deal is going to do is just give them better access to their content. But I don't really think that you're going to have the amount of views as like NXT or any other type of pay-per-view.
Jay, was that your way of saying that they only got that their fans are poor and can't afford WWE or AEW tickets?
No.
That was the nicest way of saying that. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm all way.
All I'm saying is I put NWA wrestling on the same level as going to the high school and watching the wrestling promotion. That's all.
I mean, look at who their most recent champion was. Like, come on, man.
Oh boy.
I mean, we're being honest.
But speaking of CW, all right. So next October, now you got me saying NWA. NXT will start their 5-year deal on the CW.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're staying. I think they're staying on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So how we think that NXT is going to do moving from USA to the CW?
Exactly the same.
They're gonna do They're gonna do worse
more,
starting off.
More people. They got more people have CW than USA.
If you got USA, you got CW.
CW is one of those packages. Is one of those that just come with like the regular channels. It's considered one of the regular channels.
CW is local. CW is local.
USA is the exact same thing. Even if
you gotta have cable, you gotta have cable to have USA. You don't gotta have cable to have CW.
So basically, you're saying that everybody that watches CW is poor and they can't afford cable.
No, what I'm saying is, it's just that's what comes with the package.
So you said that
it's just like if you get a dinner from Bojangles, it comes with a biscuit.
So CW is
automatically. CW is the biscuit.
So CW is KFC, where you can get that everywhere.
Yeah, CW is in more homes than USA.
USA is Bojangles.
CW is Church's Chicken. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Point is, CW comes when you get your package. CW is going to be there. That's what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is more people will be able to see it if they want to watch it.
So when you use the little antennas and you're searching for the free stations,
yeah.
CW. Okay.
Yeah. When I was at my job in the break room, and I know they ain't pay for no cable, CW is one of them channels up there.
They also have ESPN on those channels too, so they definitely got cable.
They didn't have ESPN.
Somebody changed the channel.
They had CBS, ABC, and Fox, and NBC.
Oh man.
Why people y'all act like CW ate the old WB?
CW is the old WB.
Which came with every TV package.
And you know the only thing WB was ever good for?
The Frog?
Saturday morning cartoons.
Yep.
That's not true.
That is very true.
That is very true.
I can't remember now. They did have shows.
WB had no shows.
What? Frasier?
I
have to look back. WB was in the 90s.
Friends, Seinfeld.
Frasier.
Aren't those two of the most famous shows ever?
You watched them?
I did, but I know mad people that did.
As soon as it hit 8 o'clock, what you got? Matlock, Andy Griffith Show.
My roommate, y'all know him. He watched Frasier and Friends live.
All I'm saying is that, listen, all jokes aside, NXT can go to whatever network that they want to. They can go to the most popular one or the least most popular one. They're not getting any more views than what they have right now.
Do you think that they will get more views than Dynamite, who's on TBS?
No. Dynamite is their flagship show, man. They're not going to compete with Dynamite's numbers because Dynamite is the premier show for AEW.
Man, hold on, man. WB had Dawson's Creek, One Tree Hill, fucking Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Are you still on that?
Ain't no still on it. We just left it 10 seconds ago. Yeah, I'm still on it. They had mad shows. Y'all were talking about they ain't had no shows. I couldn't let that go.
No, Jay said the best thing that they had going was Saturday morning cartoons.
That's exactly what I said.
With the list I was listening up, I beg to differ.
And then once they switched over to CW, the best that they had was all the DC shows. Arrow, Flash,
hold up. They got All American.
Supernatural.
Huh?
All
Supernatural.
American.
Yeah.
They don't have All American anymore.
Yeah, they do.
Yes, they do.
I thought they sold it to.
Nah.
They still show it on CW. You can watch it live on CW, and then just wait to binge the whole season on Netflix.
I thought it was just legit. I thought they sold the whole thing to Netflix.
No, that's how
Netflix shows the old episodes,
and then they wait like 3 months after the season ends, and then they put it up there.
Yeah.
I mean, don't try to act like Netflix doesn't buy episodes, okay?
They do.
Shows
they do. They just ain't do this.
They bought Cobra Kai from YouTube.
True.
Yeah. Everything you're saying is true, except that All American was bought by Netflix.
All right. Is this the last one? Did we go over whatever happens on Raw?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess my last one is
who's under the devil mask?
Yeah, an AEW question. Because there's a few ways.
If you say it, I'm gonna hang it up. I'll tell you right now. If you say it, I'm leaving the studio.
No, it's.
I won't say it first.
It's Adam Cole.
Or I've heard that it could be Jack Perry.
I'm waiting for you to say his name. As soon as you say it.
It should be
because if you say
I've heard
it's not the Funkadactyl.
No, it's not. No, hell no.
If you say his name,
I know I'm being sarcastic.
Because
it's not Phil Brooks.
Can't stay away.
It's not Phil.
I didn't say his name. I said his real name.
Phil's gonna be at WWE at Survivor Series next week.
Yeah, in the crowd, maybe.
In the stands.
You think wrestling?
No, he ain't gonna be wrestling.
No, but
they probably want to let him in the building.
I've heard that I heard Jack Perry because he threw somebody through some glass, real glass, and he's got the devil, because at first they attacked Jay White, but now he's saying the devil is saying whoever helps MJF, I'm going after. And him and MJF, they had the pillars match. So some people say it could be Jack Perry, some say it could be Roddy Strong, and some people say it could be Adam Cole, and some say it could be Phil Brooks.
I think it's Adam Cole.
You can say Phil Brooks all you want, but you want to say the name.
Well, I don't want you to leave.
I'm not gonna leave. I'm not gonna leave because I got
one
thing that got one thing that I want to leave you guys on.
What's that?
Or get your opinion on real quick. Or I won't wait till after you finish your topic.
Oh no, that was it. I just wanted to see what y'all thought it was.
Oh, honestly, I'm kind of with JD. I'm kind of more on the Adam Cole train, but it literally could be anybody. It could be somebody debuting that we don't even know.
I think it could be either those two. It could be Jack Perry because we haven't seen Jack Perry or Adam Cole in a minute.
Well, we
know
Jack
Adam
Perry
Cole
since the CM Punk thing in London.
Yeah, and Adam Cole he's hurt.
And I think it would be even better if it was Jack Perry, because even though people know that CM Punk got fired for the right reasons, when Jack Perry finally makes his way back to AEW, the fact that he's the one that pretty much got him fired, because he's the one that got him fired up in the back, he's gonna have so much heel heat that it would make perfect sense with MJF being the top babyface in AEW for Jack Perry to go after him like that.
True.
Yeah.
But what's your topic, Jay?
So my topic is, I was watching a video and I heard him ask this question, and it had me really, really, really like think about it. Okay. And when I ask y'all this, it's not about wrestling skills or anything like that. Solely, just think about solely. Who is the most iconic WWE character? Okay. And like I said, I don't add in the wrestling piece or how many championships or titles that they won or anything like that. When you think about wrestling and you think about, especially like WWE, and then you think about characters, okay, who is the most iconic?
Stone Cold.
Because there's only one that comes to mind to me. And
I know.
I heard you say Stone Cold, which, yes, that's kind of
one.
That's one, but he's not the most iconic.
It has to be the Undertaker, right?
Thank you. Okay.
It has to be the Undertaker.
You had me nervous for a second.
No, I knew. Jay, I'm here to ruffle your feathers. It has to be the Undertaker. That was my first.
So, do you think that the Undertaker gets number one over everybody else?
As far as what?
As far as like the most iconic,
I think he might have the best character ever.
I think he has by far the best character ever.
Yeah, ever.
And
besides the Dead Man, I hated that. I mean, not dead. Besides American Badass, I hated that.
I can understand the American Badass transition because in that time of frame in the 2000s, we were at a different point. Exactly.
It made sense when
he did it. Didn't last
I just
long.
Didn't like it.
He went back to the Undertaker and the Dead Man. But the only reason I wanted to bring this topic up because I just wanted to see what y'all saw. Like, I think about Undertaker's career. I think about how long Undertaker has been going, right? And I watch videos with kids who've never even seen the Undertaker wrestle live, right? Only thing they have to go off of is past videos, okay? But you still to this day have kids dressing up like the Undertaker, full get up, everything, just like that. And I'm just thinking, like, I haven't seen anybody. You don't see any Hulk Hogan's anymore like that. You know what I'm saying?
I've never seen any John Cena's outside of wrestling events. I never see anybody dressing like John Cena.
Right? You can't really dress up as The Rock. You know what I mean? You could put the fancy shirt on and do.
I was just gonna say
those are more like older people. You don't really see.
I was just about to say that.
You don't really see that in younger people. Those are more the generation of people that were there for The Rock.
For the younger generation, it's only two that you see them ever dress up as. You see more of a multicultural do the Undertaker. You see more of a dominant race do Stone Cold Steve Austin.
But I don't even really see Stone Cold like people dress up as Stone Cold.
I do. I see a lot of kids do the Stone Cold jacket, have a little soda can and do the beer crack open.
I have seen it, but I'm just saying, like, I like when I see the videos and I see everything, I just see it's nothing flooded. I mean, nothing but Undertaker flooded with Undertaker. Undertaker.
I roll.
And it just goes to show the impact that he's had on wrestling.
Yeah, I remember back in middle school, I thought they was about to kill themselves trying to do that eye roll for Undertaker back then.
Doing an eye roll, all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
So I just figured that'd be a good topic.
And he has the most iconic entrance song. Say what you want about I'm Real American. Say what you want about the glass shatter. If you smell all that, when that gong hits, it still gives you chills.
Thank you. It still gives you chills. I don't.
Yep.
So, I mean,
this is another topic for another day. But do you think that where do you think Undertaker ranks all time, and do you think he gets his proper due?
All time. If we put all time, I'm sorry, Undertaker's number one for me of all time. Yes, and I don't.
He's definitely the most consistent.
I don't base that off of title reigns or anything like that. I base it off of the whole.
He's like LeBron, man, doing it for 30 years.
I feel like Undertaker's streak, even after up until it was broken, is just as solidified as the longest title reign. I feel like those are right there. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree with you. I put Undertaker top dog.
And honestly, when you think about it, outside of like Andre the Giant, a lot of big men don't have a lot of long title reigns.
No.
They don't have long careers, period.
Yeah.
Like, so there's no reason why the Undertaker shouldn't have had like a really long stretch of dominance with the World Heavyweight Championship or whatever it was back then.
Yeah, but Undertaker,
especially when he had the ministry with him,
is what, a 10, 11-time champion?
Yeah.
So I mean,
but name one. What is the Undertaker's most memorable title reign?
The World Heavyweight Championship.
He don't have a lot of them.
You said memorable?
Like, you know how we talked about how some people would say Kofi's run with the title was a dud. Some would say Big E's was a dud. Like, do you think that Undertaker's had more dud title reigns than
like Undertaker held the World Heavyweight Championship, the big gold belt for almost a year and a half at one point.
So when he became the American Badass, you would say that was one of his better title reigns?
Yes.
No, he held that as the regular Undertaker.
Are you talking about after?
He held the title as American Badass.
Yeah, he did. But I'm saying the World Heavyweight Championship.
Badass, it was okay. So listen, this is the one thing about the Undertaker that you have to think about. Okay, when Hulk Hogan left, when Macho Man left, right? When all these Kevin Nash, when he left, right, and they all headed to WCW, Undertaker is the reason why WWE did not go under. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the Undertaker, I feel like Undertaker, and then I feel like it was Vince McMahon also being open to change and kind of reinventing WWF or WWE at the time. And it was Shawn Michaels in that ladder match, the first ever ladder match. Them two together, or you could say them three together, is what saved the WWE at that time, right? Undertaker put the company on his back, and he carried that company through everything. Then we started to get Stone Cold later on coming in. You know what I mean? We started to get the rise of The Rock, Kurt Angle, all that stuff as we started to approach, 97, 98, somewhere around there.
I think the Undertaker is the only superstar that has actually feuded with every top superstar from the Attitude Era.
I think so too.
Because I remember Rock and HBK never feuded.
Yeah.
Hell, Undertaker literally has feuded with everybody. Now that I think about it,
everybody.
There's not one top star that he has not feuded with.
Come on, man, 30 years.
And he's wrestled through what? 4 different generations?
3.
And also he captured the WWE Championship 4 times and the World Heavyweight Championship 3 times. So he's got 7.
7, okay. 7 is still, come on. So, I have to look up and see what's his longest title reign. Because
of course, he's got his tag reigns with the Brothers of Destruction and
with the Brothers
like that.
Yeah. I just say, like, you got to kind of give him his dues and what he's done and everything like that. But
he even feuded with Hogan in 2002. Come on, man.
That is very true. Just saying.
And then Cena in 2003.
There would never be. I don't care. We said that there would never be anybody that could touch the longest title reigns and stuff like that, right? And even though Roman Reigns is finagling one hell of a job with his 1,000-day reign, 1,000+ day reign, there would never be anybody ever to go 20. What did he go? 22-0 before he lost. 23-0 before he lost?
21.
They were never 21.
Yeah.
No, he lost at 22 or 23.
He lost at 20. He went 21-1.
Yeah.
Okay. So there would never be anybody to go 21. Ever. They're not going to do that again.
Damn.
That's
His longest title reign was 140 days as the world champion, and then the longest for a WWE champion was 133.
Okay.
And also, Undertaker's never won a mid-card title.
Nope.
He's never been a European champion, never been an Intercontinental champion, and he's never been a U.S. champion.
Undertaker's not no mid-card, no superstar, man.
When he first got there, he was.
No, he was not.
Mm-mm.
No, but that just because you debut big doesn't mean that you're going to always be that way. He could have at least gotten the European title back then.
Undertaker debuted big and stayed big for 30 years. I don't care what anybody says.
He did what they wanted Goldberg to do.
Oh my God, we ain't gonna get started with that. On that note,
all right, y'all ready to sign out?
Yeah. As soon as you say Goldberg, yeah. That was such a tragedy that they came up with Gilbert. Never mind. You about to get me started. You about to get me started.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have been tuning into OTR Beyond the Ropes, probably one of the most controversial podcasts we have had thus far. But we hope y'all enjoy. I know it was late. We had to schedule it as far as days, but guess what? We always gonna keep it coming with y'all. So yeah, this is your boy JD OTR Mic Drop, aka the Oracle.
As much as I wanted to, because he almost took me there, but I didn't go there. Boy, Rant and Jay.
I've been trying to pull it out of y'all all day. Pause.
And this is your boy Trey, aka Treyway, aka OTR Trey.
AKA Mr. Start Shit, AKA the catalyst of arguments, AKA the person who likes the doggone start some shit and then back out some shit, AKA the biggest Y2J supporter ever on earth.
You took mine. I was about to say AKA Jericho lover. I was about to say that too. Dang, you took it.
See, I thought we knew each other. I hated Jericho for the longest time. But and to all the people out there listening. This is Beyond the Ropes, but when I post this episode, this will be episode 92. 92.
We are approaching
100.
100.
Gotta keep it 100.
So yeah, stay tuned, y'all.